Why do women struggle with self-care? And again, we're not just talking about hygiene. We're talking about why do women struggle doing all these things? They sound pretty simple, but they are difficult to manage into your life.
There's so much me emphasis, kind of a selfish attitude that's promoted, well, me first and all that. But what we're talking about here is not making yourself number one and having it all, your whole world be centered around yourself, because that isn't actually, it doesn't actually promote good self-esteem. But yet we say that in a lot of our cultures. But on the other hand, we trash ourselves.
Hello, everyone. I am Cherry Lynn, and today we are talking with Dixie, Andelin, Forsyth. Hi, Dixie.
Hi. Good
today
morning.
We are talking about taking care of yourself as a woman. Why are we talking about this today?
We have a lot of, women in general, especially those who are real sensitive and nurturers, sometimes aren't really great at self-care. And I don't mean like hygiene, although that could be it. I mean, where you actually do things that really promote your own self-esteem. You might take a bubble bath. I mean, that's more pampering. But when we're talking about the self-care that I'm talking about, it's more things that are like making sure you have healthy self-esteem and setting boundaries with people. I'm getting this a lot from the Timeless workbook that some of you have. It's really good. I was looking through it again last night, but you actually fill things out, so it really helps you understand Timeless better. So this one on self-care, dress as if you love yourself. In other words, that will get rid of pizza clothes. Dress as if you love yourself. I don't wear uncomfortable clothes. I don't know about you, but I don't think you do either. And jeans now, almost all of them have spandex in them.
I think pizza clothes, one of the reasons why people fall into it is not only time. They feel like they don't have time. It's comfort, which you're saying, I think is just people not understanding how to dress themselves comfortably, but like in a stylish way. But the other problem is, and I think this is a big one, is feeling embarrassed of being dressed up, or in a world and in a society that isn't very dressed up. That one to me is really big.
That's true. And we've heard some ladies say, oh, they feel like they're stared at if they go to the grocery store and they're dressed up.
People will say, why are you all dressed up? What are you dressed up for? Even husbands will say that to their wives.
Yeah, when they're not used to it. But
yeah,
I go everywhere the way I go. I don't wear sequins and heels and all that stuff. My friends are all used to it because I always do it. And it's just me. I don't go around, even to the gym. I don't go looking like a slob. I just don't like the way it makes me feel inside yourself. Make your bed every day. We've talked about that in a Tuesday tip. It sets your entire day up. Take time for yourself when you can. So when I help Bob in his clinics with the patients, now when I help him, so one of the questions on the intake form, which is a 2-page form they have to fill out when they come in, this is for disability evaluations. One of the questions is, how often do you bathe? And it's surprising how many people say things like, whenever I'm forced to. Be kind in your self-talk. Now, how many of us are kind to others would never say to others what we say to ourselves? Like, you are a complete idiot, or you completely failed, you're worthless. You would never say that to other people, but we say it to ourselves sometimes. Forgive yourself for mistakes, because there isn't a person on this earth who does not make mistakes constantly. That's the way it is. Follow your own personal code of integrity. Stand up for what you know or believe to be right. Eat nutritious food and drink enough water, and sleep when you can. If you have a new baby, that's kind of hard for sick kids.
How does this relate to the women I think a lot of women struggle with this, and I think it's important to talk about why. Why do women struggle with self-care? And again, we're not just talking about hygiene. We're talking about why do women struggle doing all these things? They are difficult to manage into your life.
It's really interesting to me because in today's world, there's so much me emphasis. It's kind of a selfish attitude, me first and all that. But yet what we're talking about here is not making yourself number one and having it all, your whole world be centered around yourself, because that doesn't actually promote good self-esteem. But yet we say that in a lot of our cultures. But on the other hand, we trash ourselves inside, which is really interesting. So these are some tips that you can do, that you can remind yourself, even write notes on your mirror, like congratulate yourself for daily small successes. And that's specific. It's not like I am the best, period. it's something that is realistic, that is true, and not overinflating yourself.
Can you give an example of that?
Okay, I'm a person who, I don't like confrontation. I don't like disagreements and things like that. So if I'm able to successfully and politely, because politeness is important, not let someone push me around, not let someone try to push me into doing something I really don't want to do. I can say, you did good. You did it. You set a boundary and you were polite, but I'm sorry, I can't do that. That's easy for some of us, but it's harder for others. So a little success, or I made my bed today when I'm not used to making my bed. I folded the laundry. And there's probably 100 things in any given day that you can congratulate yourself on. Mm-hmm. I got up when I wanted to, and I got the things done that I had on my list that I wanted to do today, or most of them. Mm-hmm. Or at the end of the day, if there's 3 things you didn't get done, say, I did most of these. And you can congratulate yourself on that. Tell yourself that you're lovable and worthwhile, because everybody is. Every one of you are lovable and worthwhile, no matter what you have done, no matter how you look or anything about you. All of you are valuable. And not only that, you're women, and women are the gatekeepers. So you can tell yourself these things daily. Here's another one. Reward yourself in healthy ways rather than gorging on guilty pleasures. And I say it that way so it isn't just food. Mm-hmm. It can be something else, like watching television all day and not getting anything done. So reward yourself with something healthy. If you're dieting and you lose some weight, don't reward yourself with eating donuts. Sometimes people reward themselves with food when their goal is to not do that. So give yourself new rewards. Replace negative mental chatter with positive mental things. So self-care can include bubble baths, but it doesn't have to. In fact, that isn't even the most important. The most important is taking care of your soul, yourself, and being kind to yourself. Sometimes it's helped me to imagine that me as a little girl and how I would talk to that little girl. I would never be mean to her. So why would I be mean to the adult one? Don't you still have a lot of the same feelings you did when you were little about some things?
Heard you say to even refer to a picture of yourself, if you can, of yourself when you're a child.
Yeah, when you see a picture of yourself as a child, don't you still remember how you felt and think, I'm not entirely different? I still get hurt when people say things to me. Take care of your nails, skin, and hair. Wink at yourself in the mirror when you're brushing your teeth. That's part of being kind to yourself. Accept compliments graciously rather than like, oh, well, I'm not really that good. It's all part of Fascinating Womanhood, is how you treat yourself. It's not just how you treat others, although that's a big part of it. Because if you treat others badly, you're probably not going to treat yourself that great either.
Yes, I love that you're clarifying about self-care being about taking care of your soul. I think that's such an important message. And I think anyone else out there that wants to find out more, I'll attach a link to Dixie's book down below, as well as a link to purchase the workbook where you can go through everything in detail. It's such a helpful tool. Definitely recommend it to everyone out there, as well as everywhere you can find us on social media down below. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Thanks, Dixie. Bye.
Bye.